right, guys, this is what we're making today. This is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. This is my new Sling. It's a pattern by Kasaya, Swag, and Brittany Edwards, I believe, helped her write the pattern, but it's mostly, I think it's mostly Saya. It is a fantastic pattern. Look at it. Go get the pattern or grab it if you have it already, and let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm doing a bit of a selfish sew today. This is going to be my second Sling. It's that new pattern. It's not new anymore, but it's fairly new from Kasaya and Brittany. The Sling, named after Sue. I love it. So I'm going to do, and this is going to be for me. I mean, if somebody wants one, they can certainly let me know, but I think this is going to be for me. After I made that first one, and I don't even have it to show you because it sold. The one out of the, it's kind of a burgundy snake skin. It sold. My husband wanted to keep it. I said, well, you can use it. He goes, okay, never mind. My glasses are filthy, so I have to clean those. All right, so let's go over our pieces. I have, this is what I'm using for some of it. It's kind of a black suede. Beautiful stuff. So that's my crossbody strap. These are my exterior zipper tabs. I have two of them. It's just one piece, and it's kind of out of taupe faux leather. It's beautiful. A and A2. She gives you, they give you all the interfacing pieces, and I'm using Luxe Fuse today. So here's my A piece, exterior, front, top, and there's my Luxe Fuse. So I'm going to put that over here because I need to attach my Luxe Fuse. This is the exterior flap, and I am doing that out of the black, and there is a piece of Luxe Fuse. That's piece B. Piece C is the exterior slip pocket backing, and I'm using this. Isn't that gorgeous? It's water repellent. I think that's what she calls it, water repellent from your vinyl source. It just went really well with this. So that's piece C. Piece D is a exterior front slip pocket, and I'm using, I have one out of the taupe and one lining, and then there is a piece of Luxe Fuse. So I'll put that over here. I gotta do those. Piece E and E2 is the exterior back top out of the taupe with a piece of Luxe Fuse. The exterior zipper pocket bottom is the taupe, and I have a piece of Luxe Fuse. I haven't done any of those. G, the front zipper panel, I have one lining and one exterior. No, there is no... And I didn't do this last time. I didn't put any stabilizer on here. I'm going to think on that. I'm going to leave that to the side. I did this last time, and I can't remember what I did. I'll have to go look. Piece H is the back exterior, back zipper panel. And there is a piece of Luxe Fuse for that. So one lining and one... exterior in the black. Piece I is the gusset, same thing. Black for my exterior, my lining, and then there is a piece of Luxe Fuse for that. I got a lot of ironing to do, don't I? Piece J is the two interior linings, and that's just out of my rose. It's got gold and yellow and a hint of blue in it. This is... I don't know if you can see it. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, piece K is exterior zipper pocket lining. The rose. Interior zipper pocket L is out of the rose. And M is my handle. And I'm doing that in the black. And that's all the pieces. I don't yet have much black matte. I'm running low on black matte hardware, but I have a big order coming in probably another 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm just going to use this gunmetal. It'll be fine for, you know, it's for me. And then I'm using, I have some rivets, some black matte rivets. I have zipper pulls. There's 4 zipper pulls. These are all on my website. I still have all this. Wide mouth slide adjuster. 2 black 1-inch swivel clasps. And some black matte D-rings. And that's all the hardware. So, and I'm using gray Tech 70 thread. I was going to use some kind of a sandy color to go with the taupe, but I don't have any taupe, and the gray looks really good with it, and it'll look good with the black too. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm using number 18 gauge needle. So let's get started. All right, let's do our handle. Crossbody strap. I'll do it on fast forward. You see me do about 1,000 crossbody straps. All right, for this bag, instead of a snap on the flap, I'm using a flip block, just for something different. And these were really tight together. There we go. So this part is the flap. And so I measured where from the pattern you want it to be. And I'm just trying to decide if that's in the center. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's better. Actually, I need to do a crosswise. This doesn't have any holes in the middle, so I can't see where it is. Isn't that funny? It's not really funny, ha-ha, but it's funny. I can wipe those off here in a bit. Okay. So one of them is on the second one, and one of them is on the last one. It's a little worrisome that it's not even. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing it that way, yeah. And I have a piece of Lux Fuse on the back of here, but I'm going to add a second one. For me, this is going to get a lot of use. Yeah, that's a lot better. locked. Okay. All right. I'm going to fold those in. Oh my, they are strong stuff. Okay, let me wipe this off. All right, so that's what it looks like. Isn't that just going to be so pretty? And it's very even. I'm surprised. All right, now this is the flap, so let's fold that right sides together and clip that in place. And we're going to sew that together. See no else in the pattern, which I need to check. Okay. We're only going to do the sides. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, let's trim that so we can get a nice corner. Turn it right side out. And just make sure you have some nice corners. Really, the corners always look good on this. The two that I've made, the corners just look so good. I don't know how she did that. Now, you don't have to use a flap like this. You could change the shape of it. Okay. Perfect. So I did mark where my, oh, and I think I marked the wrong spot. I'm not going to worry about it. When I get it on, I'll mark where it goes. Hold on. Okay, yeah. It's down here on the folded edge. That's where you're going to put either a snap or a turn lock or a flip lock, whatever you're going to do. Now we're just going to stitch down, top stitch down the sides. And across the bottom. This gray looks really good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now we are going to put the other part of our turn lock. So I think I'm going to actually wait until I get it on because I want to make sure that it's where I want it. So, okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And I just marked, I took my flap piece and marked where the holes are. And I have a piece here, and I'm going to be a lot of noise. Perfect. All right, let's put that on. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely perfect. Look at that. Okay, now I have my little screws and my screwdriver. Okay, I cut myself. Let me get a Band-Aid. I have one right here. Why do you say I have a Band-Aid so close? Because it happens a lot. I'm a little accident waiting to happen. Okay, so there it is. Look at that. Okay, put this away. And let's just see how it's going to look. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, next step. Okay, so take the piece that you just created, your flap, center it on piece A. So your piece A is right side up, and I did put my Lux Fuse on there. Center it on there with the back of your turn lock up. And we're just going to base that in place. Okay. 1/8 of an inch basting stitch. Okay. Okay. All right, so take your lining piece, and it's piece C, your slip pocket lining piece, and we're just going to lay that right on top, right sides down, and we're going to sew that together with the seam allowance in the pattern. Okay. Now we're going to turn that over, and we're going to top stitch right with that seam right behind there. Okay, so there's the line, and we're going to stitch across that just on the flap. Don't go off the flap. All right, next step. All right, take your piece D that we had the flip block on, and I just put a piece of fleece over there. Take the lining, and we're going to sew across this top edge only at the seam allowance in the pattern. I almost sewed around the whole thing, and you don't do that. Not now. All right, now we're going to turn that. And we'll top stitch across the top. Eighth of an inch. Yeah, this gray looks really good with this taupe. I'm going to have to suggest to Kasai she gets some taupe thread. Although taupe is very, can be very different depending on what you're using and the fabric that you have. All right, so now we are going to lay this across the bottom on our front piece with our flap. And we'll baste the sides here. Perfect. Oh my. Look at that. Okay, next step. All right, so your front is done. I did put my tag on up here for now. So let's set this aside, and let's do our exterior, or back. So here's my zipper. She tells you what size. Put your zipper tabs on each side and sew those together, what she tells you to in the pattern. And then we'll turn those over in top stitch. Be sure your zipper pull's on. I didn't mention that, but be sure you've already put your zipper pull on. That would be helpful. Okay. I'm just going to even my tabs up. It'll all be hidden, but okay. Now, take your exterior zipper pocket bottom and mark a center. Mark a center on your zipper. And we're going to lay that with our zipper pull going to the left. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, let me grab my other piece. Hold on. Okay, you need your piece K. You need your lining piece. Yeah, piece K. And it's called exterior zipper pocket lining. Okay. First, let's baste this zipper in place. Okay, now take your piece K and we're going to lay that centered. I'm going to go ahead and center it. Right on top of that. And then sew that with a seam allowance in the pattern. Okay. And I'm going to move my zipper pull back a little. Okay, so your lining was right side down. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that and we're going to top stitch across here. And just make sure things are nice and snug. Don't over pull them. You could turn it over and I'll just finger press that. Oh my gosh. That looks really good. Okay. Top stitch. Beautiful. And you're going to bring that up to the top, and we're going to sew that. I'm just going to baste that in place. And just make sure your sides are matching. Mine are not quite. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's just baste that in place. Eighth of an inch. Okay, so now you should have your pocket is complete in there. I just love it. All right, now if you take piece E, oops, mark your center, and we're gonna center that on here as well. Right side down on top of your zipper. And we're going to sew the full seam allowance. Yeah. Just a second. Yeah. I was just checking my seam allowance. It's a zipper. I should know that, huh? And you're going to flip that up and top stitch. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 1 o'clock. I gotta go make my husband some lunch. I'm just gonna cut off my excess zipper tabs. Huh. Look at that. Okay. Now I am gonna baste, so my zipper pocket is closed on the side. So I'm just gonna baste 1/8 of an inch right around there. All right, so I'm going to do the handle. And we're going to do this just like any strap, except the seam that we're going to top stitch is a little different. So, and that's in the pattern. All right, so mark up on each side what she tells to in the pattern. And then we're going to sew a box from here around and down. It's a beautiful thing. going to set this aside for just a minute. And if you used some of that leather gray marking, just wipe it off. That's one thing I love about this faux suede. It wipes right off. All right, so there is our handle so far. All right, grab your zipper. All right, so the next step is to take your zipper gusset, the back zipper gusset, and add your zipper right sides down. And I'm going to do this in one seam, so I'm going to add some more tape right here. I'm going to add my lining right on top of that. I don't have my zipper pulls on yet. I'm living dangerously with my zipper pulls. I'm going to add them later. I know, it's scary. It'll be fine. These are number 5s. Okay, let's sew that with the seam allowance in the pattern. Oh my. Okay, let's fold those wrong sides together. The one nice thing about this water repellent, it does finger press pretty well. Okay, let's top stitch and then we'll baste the sides. Okay, let's add the back of our zipper. So put the outside and put it right side down. Okay, and then add your lining piece. Sandwich that. And then we'll sew that together with the seam allowance for zippers. Okay. Okay, then we're going to do the exact same thing. Pull those wrong sides together and top stitch. Okay, so on your handle, put your D-rings on. This is my right side, and she tells you to make 3 marks on each end. Add some double-sided tape. Oh, that double-sided tape went away. Hold, please. All except for the middle section. Don't, because that's where your D-ring is going to end up, and you don't want double-sided tape there. Draw a line on your back zipper, and that's where we're going to add our handle. Right along that line. And now we are going to draw, and just make sure it's good and even. We're going to, not draw, we're going to sew a box from here to that first line and back down on both sides. At the seam length she tells you to in the pattern. Now, pull one of your D-rings down in between there, and then we're going to repeat that box from here and around. Just make sure it's nice and even. Sure it stays straight. So that's what you have. There's your D-ring attached, and you did a box there, and you did a box down here. Again, if you use the leather markings, just get those off. You don't want to leave those on any longer than necessary. Okay, we're going to repeat that over here. Okay, pull your other D-ring down. And put it there, and make sure everything's nice and lined up, and then do your next box. Okay. All right, so there is your gusset to top. And I put 2 rivets here and 1 rivet here. I would stay away from these ends, because you're going to attach your gusset there, your bottom gusset. All right, let's add our gusset. So right sides together. And you do need to make sure that they're the same size. I cut off on my bottom gusset. I cut off, oh, not quite a 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to add my lining right sides together. I'm pretty excited. This is my new bag. I'm doing a selfish sew. And this seam allowance is okay. And we're going to turn that over, right sides, wrong sides together, and top stitch along this seam. My needle is in the way. Just make sure you're keeping things straight. Okay. All right, and pull the right side up on this side. And repeat. Yeah, my Lux Fuse, you know, unless you use your heat press, it's not wanting to stay. If you use your heat press, it stays beautifully. That's okay. I haven't been using my heat press because it's hard for me to stand for that period of time. So, it'll get better. All right, let's turn that right side out. And top stitch along that gusset, and then we're going to close the raw edges as well. All right, so clip these raw edges together, and we will just baste them closed. All right, so I'm going to do my interior zipper pocket. And we're going to sew that together. I'm going to make it a little... smaller stitch length. I was watching somebody recently who doesn't ever sew the sides. I'm trying to think who that was. Okay, so I have my zipper pocket right side together with one of my linings. And keep in mind, these are not perfect squares, so always put the T on the top for these lining pieces. It does make a difference. They're not a square. It's not dramatic, but it does make a difference. I think it was the Crafty Reporter. Now that I haven't watched her much, but I watched her and Kasaya start the bubble bag. And she's very good at what she does. She's very good. All right, let's pull that to the back. And I'm gonna go iron it. I can iron this. All right, so that iron's really good. This water repellent, it's perfect. All right, I put some double-sided tape on there. So this is just like any other zipper pocket. Oh my, that was way too easy. All right, let's sew around the box. Okay, beautiful. I put my stitch length back where it should be. All right, I am going to put my other lining piece right sides together. And this is a bound bag, so you do not need to leave anything open. All right, so I'm going to put my plain lining with my front. And we're just going to clip that together, wrong sides together. And we're going to do that with the back and the other lining piece. And then we will baste these pieces together. All right, here we go. So turn your gusset wrong side out and undo your zipper. Take your front piece, the skinny gusset, zipper gusset goes on the front. So we're gonna just put those right sides together. And I honestly do not remember if I had to clip this last time. We probably will just a little, just to make it look better. We'll see. I don't see my clip. Let me... I could have sworn I clipped to my center, but I don't see it. So let's just do it. There we go. All right. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of obsessive with, and I shouldn't be, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't, but putting my clips on right. So I want my, I'm going to sew with it like this. So you want your clips with the flat part towards the sheen. It's not a big deal, but. Let's see. I'll do this on fast forward and then I'll come back and tell you if I had to do any clipping. All right, I did clip all 4 corners. I just think if it's snug at all, it always looks better if you just clip them. And you always clip less than an eighth. I mean less than half of your seam allowance. Okay, I'm gonna start here on the bottom. All right, that came out really good. I turned it and it just looks so good. All right, so I am going to bind it. I'm going to start on the bottom. I'm just using some nice black bond fold over elastic. I'll clip it on fast forward. All right, let's do it. I'm going to start down here on the bottom. You know what I've started to do is just put a little piece of double-sided tape here to keep this where I want it on both sides. Because if you don't, it tends to pull away and then it looks wonky. Wonky is a very technical sewing term. Well, that was a good idea. Let me get a little thicker tape. Let me see what I did with my thicker tape. Yeah. There we go. So now that'll stay right where I want it, right there. And I'm going to repeat that on this side. It doesn't need much. That's probably even too much. Okay. Let's see if that's going to help me. perfect. I really prefer how that looks. And I caught everything. All right, let's put the back panel on. let's bind this other side. And you saw me use my Kellys. When I'm doing corners, a lot of times when I'm binding, I do use these Kellys to make sure everything is staying nice and flat. I mean, I've had those Kellys. I'm gonna put another piece of tape here. Since I was oh gosh, I bet it's been 30 years. They were given to me by a surgical nurse who said at the time, and then I don't think they do it anymore, but they threw them away. They sterilized them, and when they got to a certain point, they threw them away. They, you know, they obviously used them over and over, but things, the teeth go, and they're not as useful in surgery. So she gave them to me. I have several pair actually. I use them for all kinds of things around the house, believe it or not. Hemostats, we always used to call them Kellys. I think most people know them as hemostats. Okay, that just keeps that nice and flat, so when I start to sew, it doesn't wiggle on me. And that's another very technical term in sewing. Wiggle. All right, let's do this on fast forward. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys. That binding, I think, was actually the easiest binding I've ever done. I don't know if it's because I'm getting better at it or I don't know. Let's turn it. So here, there's the binding. Looks good. So you can see how the binding really caught. All right, let's turn it. Wow, looks so good. Oh, I need to burn just a tiny little. There we go. I'm trying to get it up here where you can see. It's not hard to turn. It really isn't. Not with these materials. Oh, goodness. I'm looking at my corners. They look good. You know, sometimes, and I rarely am in a sewing funk, but I kind of have been, and I think it's because of my knee and, you know, not being able to do exactly what I want when I want it. I think that's part of it, honestly. So I decided I needed a selfish sew, and this is it. Oh my gosh, you guys. The Sling with faux black suede. This is from Sew Yours, faux suede. And this is the mushroom faux leather, I think that's what it's called, from Simply Classic. I love it. I love my new bag. Let's put our handle on and give it a whirl. Oh my gosh. There it is. So you have a flap, and I used a flap, a flip lock, not a flap lock, a flip lock. So you just open it. Your cell phones fit in there perfectly. I'll go get Tony's cell phone when I sit back down. And then on the inside, it's huge, really. There's a zipper pocket in the back and nothing else, but tons of room. Oh my gosh. And then a handle, crossbody strap, and another zipper pocket on the back. All right, let me go get Tony's phone. All right, here is my new Sling. Isn't that cute? And I went and got Tony's phone to make sure it fit in here, and it does. I knew it did. So you open your flap, and you got his cell phone. He's got a picture of me. This is when I had long hair, you guys. Look how long my hair was. All right, so put that in there. Close your flap. Flip lock. I actually prefer this more than a snap on this particular bag. And then on back you have a zipper pocket. Inside you have a zipper pocket in the back, and it's pink. I love it. I'm so excited. You know, I was saying earlier, everybody gets in sewing funks. And I honestly can say, since I retired, I haven't gotten in a sewing funk until recently. And I think it has something to do with my knee. That, you know, sitting in here and sewing makes my ankle swell on that side, my surgical side, which is normal, completely normal. But, so I can't do it as much as I'd like. So I thought, oh, let me just make something for me that'll make me happy. This is it. The Sling by Saya Swag. Go get the pattern if you haven't and make one. This is my second one. The first one I made sold, but this one is purely for me. But if you want one, I'll make you one just like this. I love it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment, and click that little bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.